game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons.
It's week 16 of the National Football League, and we've got Devontae Smith. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Eagles and the Jets, and it's all up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Philadelphia Eagles. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Still first down.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Hall on a give up the middle. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Lazard's got it again. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Straight ahead is Hall. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Ball again on 2nd down. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Jerry Jeudy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, and Zach Wilson.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his left. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And 22 more yards there and another first down. Now it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there. For the first time with Najee Harris. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations.
The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. There's Hall bringing in another one. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage. Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Gets past one man. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with career touchdown number 60. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From the 10. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Okay, ready?
They go play action with Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes. and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Eagles on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. The Eagles hit 11-3 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice...
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and it's scooped up by the Jets. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd down and goal. Rodgers into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Wilson's throw complete there to Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
He's got a man complete. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. With Harris out of the shotgun, and he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They'll try to run with Harris. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now.
They run for it with Harris, and he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Rodgers. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. Open man is Higgins. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now Wilson on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Airing it out deep for Smith. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Wilson. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
61.
Play action. Now Wilson. His throw incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 1st down, and they go back to Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Najee Harris ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Rodgers going to throw over the middle and complete to Wilson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 16. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This is Smith with a grab. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 22-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They hand this off to Harris. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. So the watch is officially on now. That ties him with Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander for 2nd place all-time on the single-season list of rushing touchdowns.
And, partner, he now just sits one behind LaDainian Tomlinson's record of 28. We know LT's watching. We know he'd hate to lose his record, but we also understand he has great admiration for what this man's done, and he would be a worthy successor to the crown. LaDainian Tomlinson, one of the great players, one of the great people of the NFL.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And New York set to take the field. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 57 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Rodgers now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Jets are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Rodgers now on first down.
This pass out wide to Hall.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44.
Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
And they run with Harris off the option.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Here's Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Again, it's Harris on second down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll run again with Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Matt Judon there to bring him down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 22-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Harris. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now they send the tight end in motion left. They'll try and run with Harris. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Najee Harris, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 10. A little under 1:50 remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Pass complete. Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On the ground, it's Harris. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Wilson going to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Harris. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Najee Harris taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. He gets it underneath to Hall. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Flushed out running. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. That's on big Mekhi Becton, 1st-round pick in 2020. One final try now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense.